David Oyelowo's got a gun! What's the deal about guns?
What's the deal with the guy? He's always got a gun.
Hello everybody, welcome again to Keystone Film Review. We just saw Babylon, directed and written by Damien Chazelle, starring Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Gene Smart, Diego Calva, Tobey Maguire's in there, Jovan Adepo, and others. Flea is in there, Lucas Haas is in there, bunch of people.
I thought Flea was Henry Rollins for a minute.
You did.
That was cool.
Which is, I've never heard anyone confuse Henry Rollins for Flea
They're
before.
both old white dudes who got a chin.
This, of course, is not only a love letter to cinema, but the third love letter to cinema in the past 2 months. It takes place at the transition from silent film to talkies, following multiple people in that transition. Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, Diego Calva, and yeah, it's essentially just a Hollywood story. But Damien Chazelle fancies himself a Stanley Kubrick in this. For those of you who have seen it, you'll know what I mean. But where do we begin, Glenn, while you're scrolling through things? Who are you looking for? Eric Roberts? Rory Scovel? He's funny in it. Ethan Suplee? He's good.
There ain't no way I passed her.
Who are you looking for?
The chick who played Faye.
Oh.
Holy shit! Oh, Lady Faye. Lee Jun Lee.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a bonkers movie with parties and shit.
Let's start off by saying this movie's 3 hours and 8 minutes long.
Glenn! Does it warrant 3 hours and 8 minutes?
If it was like the first half of the movie, you bet your ass it would have warranted. The second half of the movie, no sir. To me, I got pretty bored pretty quick with the second half of the movie. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of comedy. There was a lot of love letter to filmmaking. There was a lot of that. There was a lot of that going on, and then it just kind of flops like a dead fish. You know, it just I don't know.
It didn't know what kind of movie it wanted to be, and because of it felt like three different movies. It felt like it was trying to be like a teen party movie with the parties. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was trying to be like a in-joke on set and things, because that was honestly the best part. Like the parts on set when they're like arguing about sound and everything. Yeah. That was my favorite part.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
It was hilarious. And then of course it has to deal with like the passing of the baton and how the old must be destroyed for the new, etc., etc. Stuff like this. It thought it was way more important than it is. Mm-hmm. It felt it's the out of the Fabelmans, Empire of Light, and this is by far the most pretentious of the three love letters to cinema films this year. And I love Damien Chazelle.
Yeah,
I've liked every single one of his movies. La La Land I felt like got overhyped, but I still liked it. And then this one, there was the moments of brilliance that he's known for, but I felt he was just so unfocused. I felt like he was doing some of the cocaine that was on set.
A lot of the flour that was on.
A lot
set.
of the flour and those.
There was a lot of good things in the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
And then you follow these two characters who were just unlikable.
Yeah.
Kind of, not really. One of them was like okay, but like they're unlikable the whole movie. Mm-hmm. And then the end, there's no.
Are you talking about Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie?
I'm talking about
Diego Calva, Margot
Diego's
Robbie?
and Margot's characters.
All three of them are kind of unlikable.
Yeah, none of them are likable.
The only likable person is Sidney Palmer, played by
Jovan Adepo.
Jovan Adepo, yeah, he was the only likable character in the entire
thing. And I thought he was going to be in it way more, because he was in a lot of the trailer, I could have sworn. But you're just following these characters that you don't care for, and they don't really grow in any sort of way.
Yeah.
In fact, some of them just stop growing, period. But
yeah.
I don't know. It was just a lot of fun in the first half, and then A lot of the characters you liked, they kind of just stopped, being a thing in the second half.
Yeah. Being fun in the first half and not fun in the second half is kind of the point, because it kind of happens when the Hays Code started, and things were a lot more conservative in Hollywood. But I felt like it went too far. I understand why it was done. A lot of this is very realistic. Even the comedic moments where like people die on set, that shit happened all the time in the 20s. Hollywood was dangerous back in the 20s before there was a code like Hays Code, and they brought people in to control the filmmakers. Was it less fun? Yeah, probably. But do we really need to see a movie about that? Honestly, I think it would have worked better as two separate movies. I think it would have worked better if one was just like outrageous romp that was the first half, and then one that was like the character study of the second half.
It would have worked
better. Together it does not work.
It also would have worked better if you followed a specific character, instead of a group of random, 3 or 4.
It drags on way too long towards the end, like to the point where you're just okay, get on with it.
The last half hour just shouldn't have existed.
Yeah, it picks up a little bit. Like right before the last half hour, it goes back to like the craziness, but it just kind of felt clunky. Like the editing was all weird, the writing was weird. It really felt thrown together as a film. And
there was this chick that I really liked in the first half, the female director. I think that was her.
Phoebe Tonkin.
Just everybody in the first half was pretty great, especially when the film crew.
Yeah, Tonkin. I thought I read that wrong. But yeah, the parts on set were the best part. Yeah.
But I don't know. I was really enjoying the movie until like it got to the second half. I've said that multiple times. I stand by it.
You stand by it. I really just don't. I think Damien Chazelle kind of got in his own head with this. He's had a lot of success for a young filmmaker. His first 2 movies were nominated. Maybe all 3 of his movies were nominated for Best Picture. I think The First Man might have been nominated as well for Best Picture. I could be wrong about that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
But he's found a lot of success, and I feel like it's kind of finally caught up with him and got in his head. Because this is pretentious as hell. Yes, I agree that film is important and will withstand the test of time, no matter how it comes about, whether it be streaming or in theaters. But it indulges in itself and insists that it is an important message, whereas Empire of Light and even Fabelmans were just like, hey, here's this really cool thing I like. I hope you also like it. This was like, you better like film. You better like cinema. And it it felt shoved in your face. And I'm a person that loves film and cinema. So for me to say that, I feel like it should hold some weight, personally. Performances were really good in it. Like you said, none of the characters were likable, with the exception of Jovan Adepo.
Jovan Adepo. I liked the Lee Jun Lee's character.
Lee Jun Lee, yeah. It's I don't know. It's just sloppy. It's a sloppy mud pie.
We also go to KOP, which we try not to fancy too anymore because the crowd usually sucks. There was a couple girls behind us that were giggling every time Diego Calva was speaking Spanish. I must say, we don't know why they were laughing, but it was very suspicious that they laughed anytime he spoke Spanish. And laughed every word he said. Yeah. So, I don't know why they were laughing, but it was a little suspect. No, I don't know. He also said puta madre a lot. Oh, yeah. Because I feel like that's a thing a lot of Spanish speakers say. Oh, they do, but he was like, puta madre! Doesn't it mean fuck your mother? Huh? What does puta madre mean? Motherfucker. Yeah, close enough. But then I had a couple to my right and behind me that were like futuristically like saying, oh, is this gonna happen? Is that gonna be a thing? Shut the fuck up. Watch the movie! You're gonna find out. Stop this. Damn you! Damn you! Damn! Why can't we make a love letter to cinema to tell people to shut up in the theater? Yeah. I thought it was okay for the most part. It's really sloppy. Didn't know what kind of movie it wanted to be. Very pretentious. But the parts that are great
are honestly some of my favorite parts in film this year, but the parts that aren't great are some of my least favorite parts of film this year. So it's all over the place map-wise.
For like, if I was going to rate this from what the stride of the first half was going to, it was projecting to be a 4. Maybe 3.5, 4. I'll give it. But it...
What did it drop to for you?
3.
3? Yeah, same here.
That's kind of being only generous because of the first half.
Yeah, honestly, for me, at the beginning, the very beginning, at the party scene, which is like pretty much what the entire trailer is, I thought, you know me, I'm not a big party guy. I think parties are boring. I think dancing's stupid.
To start off,
I hate life essentially. But
to start off with that though, that was that didn't jump me on board immediately.
Yeah, I think like with the party, I was at a 2.5. When they went to the sets, that jumped me up to like a 4, maybe in a 4.5. But then it completely abandoned that for something way less interesting. And so yeah, that dropped me back down to a 3. So I'm at a 3 too.
It would have been fun if you went with the characters that deserved the glow up, like the Sydney character or the Faye character. If they went with their point of views and saw the fall and grace of the other stars that were going up, and then saw them just traject down. If they saw them from that point of view, I think that would have been a better movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's
because even though they're the first ones to get dicked over, they're like they end up with the best ending essentially. So it really it's got a lot of good moments. It's got a lot of bad moments. It thinks it's smarter and fancier than it is.
And also, Hollywood is going to rock that absolute boat that is Margot Robbie with a New York accent.
Yeah,
they're gonna murder her with that.
Yeah. Well, I think that they're going to actually like this movie because Hollywood likes movies about Hollywood, no matter how bad they are. Honestly,
I'm just saying they're gonna work her until she can't even do a New York accent.
Oh, because of the Harley Quinn and everything.
Every role is gonna be a New York accent.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's all I gotta say really. What did you think of Babylon? If you saw it, comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Did you love it? Did you think it was a hot mess? Did you think it was like 3 different movies in one?
Huh?
What's Damien Chazelle thinking?
What is that man thinking?
What is it thinking? He's better when things are less complicated, like with a Whiplash.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling really should have just been in this.
Possibly.
He is me.
But yeah, again, comment down below, let us know your thoughts, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.